Hello, Good morning, and welcome to this second session of the training on the ESPON Database portal. In case you were not present on the session yesterday, my name is André Henriques, and we had an overview of the functionalities and the data and indicators available on the ESPON Database portal with Efren Larrea from MGrid, who is also with us today. For the session today, we have a more hands-on experience in terms of data visualization and data interpretation, also with Martin Gaug. I'm going to present both of our speakers for the day, and before the start, I will then remember you a few important notes for the session. So Martin Gaug is a project expert at ESPON GTC. He's currently managing research projects dealing with digital transition, migration, the development of ESPON database, and other analytical online tools. Also is heavily involved in the analytical work that is carried out in ESPON and data visualization. Efren Larrea, he's a data mining and monitoring systems expert. He's an engineer by the Polytechnic University of Catalonia. He's a specialist in data collection and analysis, spatial statistics and spatial economics, GIS systems, development of forecast models, in particular designing, implementing, and providing support to users of advanced software tools for urban, regional, and infrastructure planning and management. He is involved in several projects with ESPON currently, such as the European and macro-regional territorial monitoring tool, ESPON 2020 and map updates, and the ESPON 2020 database portal, among others. So welcome, and before the start, I would just like to remember you a few important notes for the session today. The first one is we shared by email with all of you the link to download the QGIS software that we are going to use today. So you should have it in your email. If you didn't install it yet, please do it now. We also shared by email, and it's also the link under the chat tab on the right side of your screen, a link to WeTransfer, where you can have all the materials for the exercises that we are going to do today, so you can easily follow. Now, just a few questions about your answers during the session. So during the presentation of Efren and Martin, you can write immediately under the tab questions, also on the right side of your screen, any question you want to have. And after the end of the presentation, we are going to read them and answer them all during the questions and answer session. During this second part, so after the presentation, if you wish, you can also press the raise hand button on your screen and we'll give you the floor. So we will unmute your microphone and you can ask your question directly to the trainer. It's all from my part. I'm going to give the floor now to Martin Gaug. I would also let you know that we have 4 polls today that we would like to ask you to answer during the session, but Martin will launch them briefly. Thank you all for your participation, and Martin, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Andre, for the introduction. Perhaps we can also do in the middle of the session give a couple of opportunities to raise hands to make sure that everybody is tracking well the training exercise, and if there are any troubles, because we had a similar exercise just a couple of days ago in Brussels, and then we had a training in the room, so people could intervene right away, and we can try to replicate this experience with this hand raising exercise as much as possible. So Andre, if you can help me to address these issues in the middle of the training as well, then this would be very useful.
Okay.
Organizational aspects aside, thank you very much for all of you that have joined us today. I hope most of you also managed to follow the training yesterday. where we had Efrain Larrea from MCRIT, that is from the team that is currently involved in developing the ESPON database portal, and he gave a run through how people can access and find content in the currently not yet published version of the database portal, of the new ESPON database portal. So this webinar will be also made accessible for you to view after today's webinar is concluded. Today we are going to progress from yesterday's exercise to a more hands-on exercise. So yesterday we explored how ESPON data can be accessed through the database portal, and today we are going to see how this data could be visualized using ESPON MapKit and open software GIS. Before we get into the content, it would be also interesting for me to understand better your experience and your profile. So Andrea will launch now a couple of polls in order for me to better understand what should be the tempo for today's exercise, how advanced you are in your skills in GIS, whether you have any. So please take a minute to go through these questions. So the polls should be visible right now on your screen. The first poll is exploring a little bit your background, where you come from, what is your current profile. So in doing so, we progress through, I think, 4 questions. We would like to know also, what is your current experience working with spatial statistics? Is it relevant in your day-to-day tasks? Whether